So, so like I said, we are now live, and uh, for those who start to file in and who stick around for the stream, welcome back to Fallout Equestria Distant Lands.
Hello. Alright. So, last time things happened. Some of those things are being slightly retconned to make things go smoother. The group went through the place, looted things, got some armor and weapons. One such armor was a very fancy piece of mom riot gear that's, thanks to holographic technology, showed through parts of the armor, basically. But it's the best thing there, so Barry's currently wearing that. Aside from that, they encountered a Cannonlocked ghoul named Raspberry Jam. He couldn't remember his own name, though, so Barry had to get that off the terminal. He was taken control of by the benefactor, who, midway through ranting and whatnot, dropped that he had, at one point between their last meeting, taken control of a dragon's body, as well as a hellhound, and fought a diamond dog back in the area of the town of Mud. So, yeah. Aside from that, there was here's the retcon now. Pinky Sense happens, according to retcon, and all the upcoming stuff is just a vision. He rants on a bit, tries to escape via teleportation after being hit by everyone for saying that he was going to kill the dog. And during this barrage of attacks, his pink cloud activates, catches Master in the blast of pink cloud, fuses his armor to him, and then with failed teleportation, he ends up in the halls leading to this room. And Taratot starts going in that direction before Barry yells to him, "Don't go that way." He's in that direction. And we ended off right around there because everyone was getting tired and had work to do in the morning. Now we come back midway through his rant, having Barry come out of Pinky Sense vision, and after having seen all of the possible events to come. So, he's partially through the monologue, which you all heard yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but last Monday. And is getting to the points where you all had attacked him last time. And what not. What are you all doing?
Well, if that
I'm sloss.
Yeah, Zerkai is currently flying around, so.
given the vision that I had, I think the wisest choice would be to beat a hasty retreat.
Okay.
So at this point, what I'm going to do is take one of my smoke grenades, pull the pin, and drop it and just drop it straight in there, and in the process of doing that, call out shouting, "Run! We need to make a hasty retreat, unless you want to meet a gruesome defeat."
Too long, didn't listen.
All right. At her drop of a grenade and whatnot, smoke grenade technically, the smoke's gonna start going off and everything. You all take the fun out of it. What? Oh, yeah, that's just memes. Alright. You all take the fun out of all this. He is going to try and succeed at running up and basically smacking Misty in the horn very, very violently.
Misty was flying out of the room, remember?
Was this at this point yet?
Yes.
No, she didn't fly until after she had been attacking.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
this is
nobody's
cutscenes.
flying yet.
This is cutscene in time because, yeah, it's an automatic win on the rolls, anyways. So cutscene, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna go. Yeah, because we don't want to repeat of last time. He's going to run up.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. You're gonna run up, smack her horn, and for some HP and whatnot, grab and teleport the fuck out of there through the sunroof-esque thing, kind of like it's a sunroof basically.
Oh no, I rolled a nat 10 on my endurance. I failed.
And of course, Misty is fussing about during this because you just got smacked on the horn. And Jean, you just saw random thing appear outside and start noping the fuck out of this area. Of course, you have no clue what this is, so...
Yep.
But I'm going to leave it to you all to see what you all are doing. Starting with Jean, because, yeah.
I'd probably fly in closer to see what that thing is.
It is a ghoul running off west in the direction you were flying from. Seeming to carry like a small object.
I probably wouldn't shoot for no reason. So yeah, I'm just
Alright.
making note of what direction they left in.
Okay. From Jean, what is the ghoul doing? The good guy ghoul.
Having been rudely brushed aside so that the so-and-so can get to the little filly, and apparently has just gone straight up. He's trying to get a clear shot, but unfortunately, the filly is in the way. And so he continues to grumble in cutscene-induced powerlessness.
I'm sorry. And Barry, with them running off and eventually disappearing without you all really having a way to catch up due to fucking teleportation.
At this point,
Well-
she would be cursing in Zaberkin.
Alright. And Taratot, just to hear what your actions are in this dire event.
Well, knowing that Misty doesn't want to be part with her fox, he'll somehow have constructed a seesaw and use that to catapult the blue fox at Misty.
Straight into the glass ceiling.
Don't question
He has
his cartoon
random.
physics.
Yeah, he has random, just go with it.
The fox and the cloud, right? Don't forget the cloud.
Yeah, he'll stuff the cloud inside of a mason jar and send that afterwards.
Alright.
Meanwhile, Jean just watches a fox and a jar of cloud go sailing in the distance. Like, what the fuck?
No, the fox just comes up to where you are flying several many feet in the air. Waves at you with its paw before continuing past.
Fucking wasteland.
I know.
And the people within the ponies and zebra within the building are left with no hostiles, no not party members, a filly gone not in this area.
Technically, there's still that that one turret that we missed.
That is true.
So technically, one hostile.
One hostile in this area and a missing filly. I will let you all figure out what you're doing. There is on your map, Barry, one other town to the north of here. Yes, to the north. And the minefield, like, southwest of where you're at, as well as another town very far to the east. Because pitbucks somehow know the entire world half the time.
Any inclination as to what these towns are?
The northmost one looks sort of like you're not really sure what it is. You just know that, well, there's a house symbol here, so town. or home at least. And then the one to the far east is a city logo.
Right now, Barry is just sort of beside herself with a mix of fury and horror.
Don't worry, she'll return in the sequel.
As a player, I know she'll eventually be back once things clear up for her player. But in character, right now, Barry's just single-handedly watched over the course of a few days now. Every point that she started this trip with, that everyone that was on that ship with her when they first came here has left for one reason or another, and in this case was kidnapped.
I think proper terminology would be full napped. But don't worry, even though I'm correct in your thoughts, obviously he wants her alive for some sort of reason. So she's likely not going to die. She's probably the most powerful one of us, so she could probably get out of it on her own.
No, she's a child in the Fallout universe. There's no chance of death.
Unless this is Project Horizons.
You and I have very different mods on our Fallout games. And
she's going to get schooled.
Finally, even if she can't escape and she isn't able to overpower him, he's likely going to use her to try to torture us in some method, which will be the opportunity to rescue her. That's how these things normally go.
On the Project Horizons note, Gene, Scotch Tape didn't die.
No, but other fools did.
Yet. I haven't read the sequel yet, but...
No, but I will say, fools died in that, Scootle. That Crusader kid that ends up hunting Blackjack for a long while. Stable ponies don't know nothing.
There are several that are implied to have been killed by Rampage, because I read fic.
And the one that actually was killed by Rampage, Thorn.
Alright, let's get off of other stories and stop advertising.
At least until they start paying us.
Somber, we're asking for payment.
Pizza is a perfectly valid currency.
Or burger.
So.
Yeah, Gene's probably going to fly by the entrance to this place, just to figure out what's going on. Plus potential for loot.
All right, the door is unlocked, and I'm going to assume that either the group is taking a look at that one room or leaving. Right? I mean, is there anything else in here?
We still have that one room with all the. We still have that one room with all the cages to check, and that one hallway with that one remaining turret.
Yeah, just point Masher in the direction of that turret. He kind of wants to smash something now.
And while they're doing that, Tater Tot will be looting all the destroyed turrets.
Follow me, Masher. I'll lead you to where the turret is at.
Whenever you get to the hall, just roll to attack and to hit to attack. When not.
In this hall here.
7 bullets hit.
If you're within 15 feet, all 4 attacks hit.
Yeah,
And
that
for
I
those
thought
of
that.
you
Yeah, I thought that's what I said.
oh, you did say 7 bullets. My bad.
Let me double check. Yeah.
That is 20 feet.
That is 20 feet.
Well, you still hit it regardless and killed it, so.
That's the last of the hostiles.
Okay, now that the place is clear, the fuck, I repeat, the fuck was that?
1 second, I just heard a noise, which means... Oh, Son of Loki 1. Adam, thank you for the host. That was the benefactor. The damnable one who brought myself and the 5 who were the rest of those who were initially with my party to this island in the first place. The one who, when we first met, was inhabiting the body of a zebra, and tried to take his position as a slave master over us. Tried to fucking rape me. He said he was immortal, and this is the proof of it. He seems to have an enduring spirit that can possess those who are weak enough to not resist him. And now he's possessed a Canterlot ghoul. And if we would have, while he was busy monologuing, the sense gave me a vision. If we had tried to fight him as it was, it would not have ended well.
Yeah, probably not. Any ideas on what'll kill him?
We can kill whatever body he's inhabiting easy enough. The problem is we don't know yet what binds his soul to this land and allows him to linger and possess others. That is what we need to do in order to end him for good. We have to find what ties him to this realm and destroy it. So the next time he dies, it'll be for good.
Fuck. You find it, I'll blow it to hell. Or Tartarus, rather.
With pleasure.
Frostbite will cock their grenade rifle or whatever you do to those in agreement.
For now, I suppose we should just focus on checking the rest of the rooms, looting what we can carry, and then moving on. There's still that vehicle depot that we have left to check out, and at this point, I don't know what else we can do.
Masher will nod in agreement.
All right. Well, anything else needing done in this building? I suggest we go ahead and
Like,
do said stuff.
yeah, like I said, I'm assuming Tater Tot is going to take care of looting all of the turrets and robots.
Yes. Yes, he
And-
will.
And dead ghouls.
Those two, but they usually only have loincloths for some reason.
With I see Gene moving about on the has he entered into the building?
If the token is moving, I would say so.
Which means
And
he's probably
Because oh wait, no, yes, yeah. The door is open. It's not really locked in any capacity because no one bothered to lock it behind them.
And there was just gunfire. Which is not at
Yes.
all subtle.
yeah. So yeah. Apart from that, the only room we have left to really check out is the one that we were told was full of cages that could be seen past the rubble. In the meantime, Barry will notice the new blip on her pip book and go to investigate.
Said blip is yellow. And I will let you all handle role play and stuff between each other.
A stranger appears, you say?
You're not even in the same room, Tattertot.
That's okay. They're warning shots. That don't make much noise because they're just a little recharge rifle. It's pew, 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 pew.
And yet,
Yeah.
being somewhat in tune to the sound of those, Barry will face off again. Damn it, Tater Tot. I suppose before any of our more colorful members get the opportunity to make a poor first impression, shall we make introductions?
You're still muted.
God damn it.
No, I shall not.
Right, I'm guessing you lot are just, your everyday wasteland adventurers.
I suppose you could say that.
Spend a few years traveling the wasteland, you see stuff like this a lot. Name's Gene Redwind.
My name is Barry. My canine companion here is Root. Behind me is Masher. And somewhere in this facility, looting off of this broken security turrets, are Tater Tot and Frostbite.
Yeah, pleased to make your acquaintance. Have any of you encountered a pony named Star Shower?
The name is not immediately familiar to me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to track in the bounty.
Forgive me, but we've been a bit preoccupied with an old foe of ours who goes by the name of the Benefactor, who has just full napped one of our own. a young filly by the name of Misty.
They wouldn't happen to be a ghoul, would they?
This time they are. It's a long and complicated story, but for the moment they are currently inhabiting the body of a Canterlot ghoul. Yes.
Hell. Well, I did see a ghoul running off with something to the west, if that helps.
So that's where that bastard went to. Thank you for the information. Although, for now, I don't think there's much we can do without knowing how to without knowing how to put him down for keeps.
Yeah, and they do seem to be able to teleport, so...
Yeah. Plus, we've already killed him once before, and judging by what we've heard, he's been killed multiple times. So, and has had multiple bodies, too.
Not sure what I can do to help with that. I'm just good at shooting stuff.
I fear we'll have to leave that to the spirits to offer us guidance.
Or we could just blow up the whole island.
And if it's not on the island?
The next one.
A few sessions later, just explosions.
Right? There's usually someone like that in every group.
For now, we need more information. I may not be a soldier, but even I know that it's tactically sound to learn more about your enemies so you can better fight them. Especially one like this who deserves to suffer for for what he's done and tried to do.
Just got some good old wasteland justice. I'll help if I can.
I, for one, would appreciate that, since it seems like our party seems to be frequently diminishing in members. She'll
Abby, sorry.
She'll extend a hug. If you wish to join, welcome aboard.
Jean will shake that hoof with the talon and a nod. Right. I'd be happy to help and join your group, but I will need a little help of my own. Tracking down a slaver named Star Shower. They're supposed to be in this area. The reward is 5,000 caps taken in alive. Ah, shit, it went muted. Oh, wait. Hello there. I thought my call was went dead.
You're good.
Given the propensity of some of our group, especially considering that the bat pony in our group is well versed with explosives, I can't say for certain that a guarantee will bring them in alive, but I'm willing to help you track down this quarry of yours.
As long as you can help me track them down, I can take care of the rest.
Yeah. I feel that I should give you a little bit of a heads up about some, because on our way here we stopped. We ended up running into a the best way I can describe it is a trader's market for slavers, and considering that we were brought that the original group the original members of the group, we were brought here as slaves, we thought it a prudent decision at the time to play the role of slave buyers to help keep ourselves off of the market. The bat pony in particular is one of those that we traded for, but each of the slaves that we've purchased has thus far been set free. I hope that the zebra that Abra managed to make it to safety, but the bat opted to stay with us. I figured full disclosure would be important up front.
I appreciate that. Plus, that sounds like a good place to check when we have the time.
Although I should warn you, if you're going to be looking for them in the slavers market, they do require you to turn in your weapons upon entering. So, if anything, if they are there, you'd have to wait for them to leave to have a shot at taking them down if you want to do so while you're armed.
Yeah, no way I'm picking a fight in the slaver market.
Kids these days don't know how to have fun.
They had amongst other things in there a very large timber wolf. I'd rather not be outnumbered and facing a spiritual beast like that without any weaponry.
I'm just wondering where the hell they found one.
Speaking of, we should probably go check that garage before time's up.
Alright, lead the way.
All right.
This will be tier time. So I'm assuming that there's nothing in that cage room.
Just a bunch of empty cages for various creatures.
So there's a bit of an echo going on.
Yeah, it's coming from Gene again.
I'll just restart the call.
Did that fix it?
The echo was coming from Gene. I think he just needs to be set it to push the talk.
Did that fix it?
Well, Gene isn't back, so I don't know.
Yeah, the problem wasn't on your end, Pepsi.
Tip. Switch to push to talk. It might help it. And in the cage room, were just a bunch of cages for various creatures of various sizes. Some rat or mice cages stacked in the corner, and at least a bear-sized cage in there. There's various sizes.
So plenty of empty cages, but nothing in them and no loot.
Hey, if we were to put a handle on that one, it could be a travel carrier for Root. For the next time he has to go to the vet.
I am his vet.
Oh god, it must be a living nightmare for him. I'm so sorry, Root.
The dog is going to glare at you.
Feelings mutual.
It's okay.
I will give you a more comprehensive loot list whenever session is over. And I'm going to switch maps to the parking garage.
Yeah, he's supposed to come back sometime soon. I'll whack him on concrete tomorrow. We had a real nice Saturday today. It was good working with it.
Just move your tokens over to the other side of the map. Or I can do it either way.
Well, I was up at 6 something this morning. Are you serious? Yeah. 6 something? I got up before the 7 o'clock alarm went off. Oh my goodness. Oh, too bad, y'all. Oh, yeah. I'm looking for oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, same as when it's on each one. Well, then that ain't good, man. Okay. If I'm here,
we're all being treated to the background noise of whatever's happening over on
In Pepsi Land.
yeah.
There's a phone call going on. Because reasons. Ever so fun reasons, and the fact that this room does not have soundproofing.
I think, no offense intended, but I think we're all pretty well aware of that from how things have gone up until this point. In the meantime, what can you tell me about those more information about those blueprints that I was able to pick up earlier in this area?
They have, as stated.
All I've got to know for certain is they've got the designations of Cyber Eagle, Cyber Alligator, and Cyber Snake.
Things such as ideas for how to put wing blades into a eagle, or replace both eyes on an alligator with cybernetic eyes and heavily replace its hide with very heavy armor, or give it extra limbs for some reason. Any and every way that you could absurdly augment those creatures.
So anything
Give
that
give
could
us
be
snake sunglasses.
so anything that could be reverse engineered to make some better cybernetics for myself along in the lines of some of what I've been looking for.
If someone with repair and mechanics skill sat down for a good portion of time, they could probably figure out how to make cyber wings.
So that
If they
means
sat down for a long enough amount of time.
Tater Tot.
Probably 2 or 3 hours.
Wait, what do you need me to do? I actually blanked out for a moment.
Basically, earlier on, I managed to come across a series of blueprints, and apparently, these 3 blueprints when put together, since you're our mechanic pony, could as long as you spend enough time working with the 3 of them, you could reverse engineer some cyber wings for me.
We'll figure out how to make them anyways.
Quite possibly.
So you can like stare at those as you walk for like 3 hours, eventually figure out, alright, so that's how these things work. Now I can be the winged death machine, or I can make Barry do that. But you will require a workbench, which I think you have, actually.
Yes, I do.
To be able to craft them, and I'm not sure what the crafting recipe is for cyber wings. There is one. So I'll figure that out.
Yep.
But we are going to check out that motor pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have moved all of your tokens outside, and I will reveal areas.
You do need to move us onto that map as well. Drag the player's book.
That's right, I do.
Yeah, we could just say that while we were walking over, Barry will have will have hoofed over the 3 blueprints to Tater Tot and asked him to look at them and see if he can figure out how to build some cybernetics from them, which will give us the whole Cyberwing recipe.
Alright. 2 things. There is a terminal outside of the door. It's a fairly big door, made so you can drive a car out of it. There is a terminal on one side, and according to EFS, five hostiles.
Looks like there's 5 hostiles on the other end of this door. Barry will go up to. We'll go.
What kind of creature should we expect from this place?
Most of what we found so far has been largely ghouls, and in the case of the facility, they're turrets. Feral ghouls, to be precise.
Mm.
And when we first arrived here, there were a bunch of rat scorpions, which we were able to, thankfully, with Misty's help, deal with.
The terminal is a just standard terminal. It is locked, so you have to make a hacking check to open it, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna swap out to buckshot.
Dang nabbit. Do I dare roll a third time? I figured, I guess I don't have much of a choice since, you know, I'm the only one here who's got relatively high leveled hacking of Matrix.
Yeah, you don't want Tater Tot trying it.
Normash.
is that a crit?
It is not.
Alright. Inside the terminal is the standard door controls of open, close, the lights controls, and the robot controls for the facility.
Well, in that case, I'm definitely going to start off by deactivating the robots and I'm assuming lights is in spotlights.
Yes, they are currently turned off. The just normal lights of this building.
Oh, yeah, because you need to specify if it's the normal lights so we can actually see what we're doing, or if it's just like those spotlights that follow you around.
Now these are just normal lights.
Okay, so robots off, lights on, and once everyone's in place, open doors.
Alright, there are only 2 hostiles left on EFS.
Okay, shutting down the robots disabled 3 of the hostiles. There's only 2 left now. Still, be ready.
Just let me finish revealing everything. And there you go. Green spaces without a red line in them have cars there. Wait, no, it's the other way around. If there's a red line, it means that that space is occupied and has a vehicle of some sort there. If it's vacant, then there's nothing there. And you can freely enter the building as you wish.
So with these vacant spots, it's a clear line of sight.
Yep. These ghouls are technically asleep. I mean, they're not happy because the lights just turned on and they'll be waking up in a moment. But you get a little bit of an attack like round on that first ghoul.
Yeah, looks like I got to re-enter my information.
Should we roll initiative to see who shoots first?
I think we would say that for the after the first sneak attack.
I mean, whoever. I'd say that he's wanting to see who goes for the first sneak attack. And I can somewhat understand that. So. Roll initiative, yes.
You might also need to take those updated tokens from the previous map and move those forward, since for these ones you're using the older tokens, which don't necessarily have all the updated data on them.
That's true. If you want me to switch out your token, just say so. I'll do it.
Yeah, I just add the stuff to my new token.
I just corrected my token.
The only thing only issue I have is mostly because the outdated token images.
Well, mashed potatoes was outdated on the previous map, so.
Well, to be fair, the update happened after the last session.
I'm gonna just shoot the ghoul now.
We can worry about that on the next map then.
Oh,
All
I
right.
have to change my macros since I need a weapon. Shit.
All right. Turn order jigger. And you'll get a sneak attack on that first ghoul. So.
And one sec.
Just because I missed up which token, I'm just gonna swap these two tokens because they're exactly the same.
I'm just gonna take a. Yeah, I'm just gonna take 2 shots. Alright. Ooh. And that is a DT times 3, so
well, they don't have any DT at all, so they're dead. Because ghouls are squishy motherfuckers.
I just missed it. And that's my turn.
All right, Tattertops.
You might want to put that in numerical order.
Oh yeah, right. I might want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm so used to it not having to do that. Mashed potato. There we go.
And also question. what's the priority since the ghoul and myself rolled the same?
Agility, and if you have the same agility, then perception.
6
And
agility.
ghouls. Alright, go ahead and tell me your perception just in case.
6 perception.
What's your luck?
4.
The ghoul goes first because you both have 6 agility and perception.
So what would you have done if we had had the same luck as well?
I don't
Charisma?
know.
I got even more of a question. What would you do if we had the exact same stats?
I don't know. Okay.
I think at that
I'd
point,
make a coin.
I think that at that point just flip a coin.
And then the coin lands on its edge.
Oh,
That can't happen in this system because I'm rolling it digitally.
It's happened to me before.
at which point the world is destroyed, and who cares?
Alright, Masher.
Okay, just to make sure I remember, for a
Mash.
sneak attack, it's 1 action you get. That's it. Can be whatever the hell you want, though.
Yeah. Yes, I believe so.
All right. Make sure I've got this set up right.
Imagine if everyone missed on their sneak attack and the school wakes up and is like, hi.
At yonder ghoul. So yeah, it's just matter now. These rifles sucked.
Which rifle are you using?
Service. So that's
Oh.
all that's
Yeah,
the only
service.
rifle I have. Now if I could get a Grant Apple, that would be nice.
You should get yourself a shotgun.
Important thing with shotguns is they actually do less damage once you go past short range.
Besides, with a shotgun, I can't be Masher, the undead Thompson gunner.
Nice. The ghoul is not happy.
I should think not.
And is going to... who is closest? You is closest. Okay.
So I take it no more sneak attacks beyond that?
Yes, you have alerted it of your presence. That you guys are here and doing things. If I had missed, you would have still had sneak attacks available, but... Alright. That's 20 AP. Alright. 2 of these. If I can copy this, I can.
Miss.
2 crit misses. Nice.
Well, its jaw is thoroughly broken. But its hooves aren't.
And I'm assuming those are going to be effectively body shots.
Yes.
Doesn't get past my DT.
You're very interesting DT. Alright. It is your turn now, Barry. And a ghoul has tried to bite you twice and smack you several times.
To no avail. This is an unfortunate day for you because I am very angry right now. Pop sats. Headshot.
It recoils in pain. But he's alive. It doesn't recoil anymore because it's dead. And there are no more hostiles alive on EFS.
That's the last of the active hostiles.
Should we do anything about the robots?
Yes, we should dismantle them for useful parts unless we can reprogram them to do stuff for us.
They currently are all deactivated.
And I'm just going to swap out with some anti-matrix slugs just in case. Shit, am I echoing again?
Indeed. Just drop and rejoin real quick. But yes, the robots can, with a successful 2 repair mechanic checks, be reprogrammed to do simple tasks.
Possible to swap out hacking and matrix for instead?
For 3 successful hacking and matrix, yes.
Alright then, I suppose safest bet would be to have whoever's got the best repair try to make those checks, while the rest of us keep our guns trained on the one that's currently being worked on, so if it turns hostile, we can just blow it up before it has a chance to act.
I mean, in terms of tasks that they can do, it's basically carrying stuff or standing guard. Things along those lines.
That's not exactly nothing. mean, carrying stuff is always of value in Wasteland.
That is true.
I mean, my thought right here is if we can fix up one of these vehicles enough so that it can be towed by a robot or two pulling it, we have a wagon.
Well, you have 2 Jeeps, 2 armored cars, and a tank without any treads.
I think I'll try to fix up one of these armored cars, using the other armored car and Jeeps for parts.
And Barry will take a look inside the tank, see if there's anything useful hidden inside. Hidden inside.
Alright, Tatter, for things and whatnots, roll luck for each of the cars you're searching for parts. And for Barry,
Luck and not repair.
what's your luck score?
My luck is 6.
I'd say you're hoping that there are supplies and whatnot to fix up this one car inside the other cars.
It sounds to me like they're just looking to part the cars out, not looking for supplies.
Yeah. I was going to cannibalize the other vehicles.
Alright, yeah, roll a repair for each of them. And for Barry, inside this tank, you pop your head down in and look around with Pip-Boy light on. There's a skeleton in the driving seat, some flares, a healing potion, 3 flares specifically, a healing potion, and a flare gun.
Okay, so I'll take that healing potion and use it to replenish my supplies.
Looks like I forgot to update all my macros.
How much does the flare gun weigh?
Let me take a look at that.
Yes, don't forget I'm near my carry weight.
That should be in this. Flare gun. The flare gun's technically considered a Mew, right?
Yes it is.
3 pounds, value of 15 caps, strength requirement of 1. Range of medium, and it's a pistol that deals 5 plus damage for 25 AP cost.
So you can add the specific details of it in. I just need to know how much it weighed to whether I should pick it up for myself or
Yeet it into the Jeep after
Yeah.
I'm done reassembling it, which shouldn't take too long.
Okay, so for now, I put the 3-pound flare gun in my inventory, go down and add flares.
Yeet, yeet, out my Jeep. Said yeet, yeet, out my Jeep.
3 flares. That's all that's in the tank.
That's all of note besides just blank papers, junk, those 3-month-old soda cans that you have in your room every now and then.
Okay. So while while Tater is parting out the other vehicles, I'll take a look at the ones he's parting out, see if there's anything in there as well. First, the nearest Jeep.
The Jeep in its back has a 5-pound gas can full of barely good gas, because believe it or not, gas expires.
Okay, I'll just make a little note in there so that because that's gonna be one of the things that's gonna be going into the wagon. So 1. One 5-pound gas container.
Besides that, there is some rags, 2 specifically, and a canteen.
2 rags. I could probably break those down and make some bandages out of the cloth. And 1 canteen. I'm just gonna put everything I find into this little list that I'm going to put into roll 20.
Just so I can keep things going pretty smoothly, I'm gonna type out the contents of the other cars and whatnot.
Alright then. So 3 Crim bottles, 15 bottle caps, and 5.22 LR rounds for the second Jeep. Alright. So I'll move on to checking the armored cars.
By the way, I did pass all 3 repair checks.
All right. All right. So, as you run around all these different vehicles, grabbing this, that, getting new muffler cap from one of the cars, throwing a spark battery here, after figuring out which one had the most juice in it. Make sure that you have enough duct tape to cover up the hole in the gas container on the bottom. All the stuff needed to do a thing. You realize you don't have a tire iron to remove the tire that either of the flat tires in the back. So.
Oh, but I think I do. Never underestimate my inventory. Yeah, in case of emergencies. I pull it out just long enough to undo it, and then it vanishes into the ether.
Alright. You technically have a working car.
Hell yeah.
Now here comes the fun part.
I call shotgun.
You already have one.
Who would know how to drive? And what am I gonna make the driving checks be?
You don't need to bother with that because I'm not intending on making a drivable one. We're gonna fix up these robots now to pull it for us. That's the plan.
Alright.
And at this point, Barry will come up to Tater Tot and say, good job. I found this Sparkle Cola cherry in one of the vehicles. I figure it'd be a nice treat for you for doing a good job.
What's Sparkle Cola cherry?
And I also found a few bottles of Crim, but since you obviously don't like them, I'll take those.
Yes, you're welcome to that urine.
Despite the racist the racist advertising on that bottle I had, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing.
I just wish that the Crim Victory wasn't so fucking racist.
Alright. The armored car, since that's only what you have fixed up, it has a place to mount some sort of machine gun or something of the sorts on the back. You all don't have one of those. So
I have a better
it's
idea.
a vacant spot.
Okay. So, Barry, you need to hack all three of these to make them our obedient servants. We'll use 2 to pull the car, and the third one will be mounted there as its gun.
Okay, I'm not going to try and stop this plan. I'm just going to point out Ghoul, who's been alive since before the war, probably knows how to drive one of these, just in case.
Hey. Don't ruin this for me.
I'm just saying, in case the robots get trashed, it's not completely useless.
That'll be the plan B.
Yeah, he's the backup.
I shall allow this.
I'm not
Okay.
saying stop, I'm just saying.
Alright,
Option
make-
B.
I use the reg now. Make with the click-clack. Please.
Tattertot really wants to see a car moving, even if it is by robot power.
It's one of the character goals to have a wagon. This is the closest I'm gonna get.
I'm sorry, I just gotta point out this is the second time I've heard it. Wagon.
It's a wagon. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard of the great wagons?
Well, damn. Since that one's obviously defective, we'll just have to mount the Griffin on there instead.
Okay, complete roll 20 noob here. How do we get... How are the players getting the text with the...
Alright, if you
And
do a
background?
/me
Okay, thank you.
space, that's an emote.
Alright. So, after the first 2 attempts at getting this robot working online, it violently shakes on the third. and you eventually get it with the 4th. Note, if you get 2 fails, the robot will turn hostile on any of these. If you get 2 fails.
Okay, so the first one is good.
Oh, you have to do several checks per? Okay.
And of course, naturally, she would be saying, keep your tell everyone to keep their weapons trained on the one she's working, just in case this goes wrong.
It may explode.
Yeah, I got anti-matrix at the ready.
Okay, that one's good enough. Good.
All right, they're all good.
All three they're all good and set.
Let me see what weapons Ponytrons have, so I can see what you all have mounted on your freaking car.
And while you do that, I'm gonna go and get a drink real quick.
I was joking about mounting that on there, but I mean, if we only need 2 to pull it, then yes, we'll mount it. Because this amuses me. And that's all that matters.
It would take another 2 repair checks to, like, cut off its legs or spread its legs out and put them into the car, basically. And just have its head on a swivel. But yes. With 2 repair checks, you can have a swivel Ponytron Mew pistol on your car.
Kind of like the idea of keeping it as a backup to pull. You know what? We'll just have it stand up there for now. Sure, it'll get knocked over.
I can also perch on top of while we're moving and snag targets.
I mean, to make life easier for you, we'll just keep them by the armored car at all times to pull it when we command. But this now also means we can just throw a lot of shit in there, and we can carry a lot more than our carry weights.
For every robot pulling it, I am giving it 100 carry weight. Which means you have the shit wagon to store shit in.
Wow, that's actually not a whole lot. Gonna have to become like Santa Claus with robots pulling this.
Yeah, we may need to workshop that name.
Well, I mean, we could always strip it of the armor, and that should increase the carry weight because they don't have to carry such a heavy wagon.
Yeah.
Well, it's 300 plus everyone inside it, so.
All right, what's the average carry weight of a player?
Well, here, what's their strength? That will tell us what their actual carry weight is.
That is fair. The strength of one of these is 5.
Okay. I am pulling up my calculators and cheat sheets. Just a moment.
And I'm back. I got myself some tea.
Nice. All right, a carry weight of 5 would let you carry 150 pounds.
You can carry 450 pounds.
All right, excellent.
How much is the weight of an average car?
Well, I mean, depends what model of armored car is there.
Well, see this armored car. Probably best to compare it to like a 2-ton pickup for its own weight. So yeah, it'd be about 2 tons.
I'm looking at the armored car we had in World War II, and that was like 8 tons.
Oh. Okay then.
I am not counting that on the weights.
But the other thing to remember is drag weight is usually a much higher than carry weight.
And these things
echoing.
probably have large frames, so their carry weight is probably 200 as well.
Let's see if they're a standard Ponytron. They do not have large frame.
Weird.
But they do have reinforced chassis, and they really can't ever get tired.
Any chance we're just overthinking this?
Probably.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, I
But
figured we
anyway.
were just fucking around.
This is a game about colored horses with guns.
And Gene, you're echoing again.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, this is a game about colored horses with guns. There's no such thing as overthinking it.
I mean, I'm fine with him just saying that they give us an extra 150 each. I mean, worst case scenario, we ditch the car and we just put saddlebags on each of them.
Worst case scenario, I send lightning bolts and strike down your robots.
Case scenario, the island blows up.
Actually, that's best case scenario because that'll probably take the benefactor with it.
Well,
Then you don't get loot, though.
That's what you think.
Yeah, strategic victory, tactical defeat.
Alright. So, car, in general, 450 pounds can be carried. I'm not gonna count the car as weight beyond just like 50 pounds. So in total you get 400. Because I know that's not the weight of a car at all, let alone an armored car, but still.
Because if you keep on arguing about the specifics of it, we're gonna be here all night.
Also, this is a world with magic and dragons. I think that they can make a light car.
Magic bullshittery solves everything.
Yeah, because there's a bit of a logical fallacy when you think about it when you're applying real-world physics to a world like this, which is the rules are completely different. Different world,
It's my nature.
Different world, different rules.
That kind of it's on my nerves, especially whenever I bring up weapons in a conversation regarding Fallout Equestria. I can pretty much get everyone to unanimously agree that some of the weapons are just lazy whenever anyone writes weapons in this story, because most of them, they're normal weapons, which is perfectly fine. But there's not enough cool and interesting ones. I mean, this is a world with fucking magic. So...
Well, if you actually look at in the GM guide, or Stable Master's guide, there's a lot of stuff, or there's an entire section on making the legendary weapons. Just effects you can just throw on them and combine that with the normal enchantments.
Oh, I know that.
And you can get
I'm
some
just
pretty cool
talking
stuff.
about things like an idea I had. A gun that absorbs elements and whatnot and shoots them as a projectile. Just something I thought of, and I'm like, that would be pretty neat.
Now, that's something I'd expect to find in like a prototype facility. It's just that it would be such a narrow usage that it would make the battlefield.
Or a Zap Apple grenade launcher or something. Just interesting things like that. I've mainly been thinking about these a lot because I'm planning on making a Mew expansion for the Dead Tree thing. It's gonna be homebrew, obviously, but still. The armored car can pull 400 pounds, and it has seating for 4 people. And then you can have someone sit on top if you really need to. And the dog does not count towards this. It can just walk between the seats.
Well, no, it's going to have to be on the side. Root will need to stick his head out the window.
Clearly, you've never seen what a dog will do if they're in the middle. They just stand or put their front paws on whoever is in the way. All right, I have made a handout that everyone should be able to see titled "Shit in the Car." Please don't shit in the car.
I sure as hell ain't hosing it out.
Alright. I'm just going to move things into position that they would be in on the car. I forgot how you do this to where you can place them despite them not actually being in a square.
You mean like I just did with Tater Tot?
Yes.
Press and hold Alt, and then click drag.
There we go.
That's how I got up real close like him like that.
That's gay.
Only if balls touch.
That is true, but still. Put your characters, your tokens, in place of what they will be on in the car.
Right, 1 sec. Just gotta do something.
All right. I'll get an actual car picture later and smack it on the map screen for the big Equestria map that I have. I'll just smack it on there here is your vehicle. The robots will, on your command, start pulling the car along, violently scraping it against the pavement of the room until you get out. So if you can handle your ears bleeding for the first little bit of being in the car, you get out into the world.
Yeah.
I remember that scene from Men in Black.
Now, what direction are you going? There's a town to the north, town to the east, very far away, but still, it's to the east. The minefield to the southwest-ish. There's chasing the benefactor, which you went direct west. And then there's back towards the slaver market.
Perhaps we should try going to the nearest town so we can try and sell some of the stuff we found, since we're probably getting pretty well encumbered at this point.
All right. And In terms of actual placement on the map, it's a bit northeast, but it is closer than any of the other towns. And with car travel, even if it is by robots pulling you through the night instead of car driving, you get there in 2.5 days. I like this car that you
You're
have
welcome.
provided me. You will get there in 2.5 days. And I need to stretch this out a bit.
Ooh, 2.5 days. That means I have 2 days of bric-a-brac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since we don't have to worry about worry as much about the travel now that we've got this little wagon of yours. Barry will now officially hand over those blueprints to Tater Tot for him to take a look at his convenience. Perhaps you can figure out how to build something from these.
I'm going to copy all of this.
Okay.
And just for
I'll put it in chat after I get it figured out.
You know, I'm not sure if any of my preset maps are good enough for the thing I want to do.
And just don't forget.
I'll figure out a map later.
And don't forget about Barry and Root's updated tokens.
Alright. You have even further updated tokens, that is correct. In that case, I'll just leave not Barry. I'll just leave Barry and Root here on this page, as well as Masher, that way I can update his token. And I think that's the only token that needs. That's the only other one. All right. Indeed. Copy. I'll figure out a more specific town later. But for now, this very vague approximation will do. If I can zoom it out and actually have it fill up the entire space like it's supposed to.
Oh, nice. One of those was 69.
Alright. Berry. Put her down. Root. Him. Mashed. Put him. That's not what I wanted to do in the slightest.
Oh boy.
Is there an undo button?
Right click. Undo.
Okay, good.
All right. Here are the items that Tater Tot just randomly pulls out of nowhere with a bric-a-brac over the 2 days. I think Root will like the last item. He can have it.
This random green square that I brought with, like, the group from the car parking lot thing, is not wanting to cooperate and go away.
Are y'all on a different map now?
He's on a different map than we are.
Okay.
Yes, I am sorry. I am currently working on things, trying to get them to cooperate.
Yeah. I was wondering if
There
we
we
could
go.
hut.
Yes, continue.
Alright, so I'll go and add that dog bowl to the inventory then for Root.
Alright, you were saying, Gene?
I was saying I hope I'll be able to hunt or something during the 2-day trip.
Yeah, sure. Roll alchemy, survivalism, and traps to see if you can track down something to hunt.
Good
Alright.
luck.
And how many from those rags we picked up? How many bandages can I make from those rags?
I can figure that out for you in just a moment. I'm almost done copying things to my own inventory.
Yep. Yeah. From the stuff that we picked up, I took the 3 crim and the 4 MFC rounds. The canteen, the flare gun, the flares, everything else that there is in that group loot. With the possibility of those 2 rags, which I want to make into bandages.
Okay, so a bandage can be made, or from the rags, you should be able to make 3 plus 1d3 bandages. So you said there's 2 bandages?
There's 2 rags.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. 2 rags. I'll just roll for you here if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm. My medicine is at 110.
Oh, that's right. You do need to roll that. This was just for quantity. So you need to roll it twice. If you could roll your medicine twice, please. Okay, 2 successes, so you got a total of 9 bandages.
Excellent.
Zerkai. I'm gonna always forget this. If you hit them, I'm just gonna say that you successfully killed them, or at least damaged them enough to go and catch and kill, because I'm not pulling up the stats of mole rats just so you can hunt them.
Yeah.
So you get 2 servings of mole rat meat. Actually, 4, because I think you get 2 per mole rat.
Let's see. I'm actually looking that up right now if you want. A standard mole rat's loot is 2 mole rat meat, 1 small critter skin, and 2 rat teeth.
Well, you get that times 2.
Alright. Small critter leather.
There you go. I put it in for you.
All right. After your travels through the waste driven by robots through the night and the day, and Gene eventually disappearing and coming back with mole rats. You all come up on a sign. There was echo there.
Yeah.
You come up on.
Echo is back.
You come up on a sign, and it reads, "The Hole. Trespassers, identify yourselves. Slavers, Pegasi, and raiders will be shot on sight."
Quick, Barry, you better hide.
A bit further from there, you can see what looks like a big hole in the ground, sloped down in sort of like a cave. You're still a little ways off from it, though.
So I suppose we can get to the usual question of, do they differentiate between Pegasi and bat ponies?
I don't know. But I do think I'm going to put my lantern on the lead Ponytron.
Alright. Frostbite will tuck in their wings and best cover them they can with rags and their ragged combat armor to sort of conceal the fact that, hey, I have wings. There isn't much of anything. There isn't much of anything substantial on the way from the sign to the hole itself, besides just more warnings of the same. As well as just your average dead raider here or there, and a severed Pegasus' wing near the front gate as you finally arrive. While front gate is very broad, it's a hole which leads down to a pretty open town center-esque looking thing, though there are guards standing by. One hellhound and one ghoul.
How long are those jerks gonna keep shooting fireworks?
Probably until they run out of their stockpiles, so next week.
Fuck.
Yeah, Gene's gonna cook up some meat in no time.
Alright. Alright, so to cook up that meat, you're gonna need a fire and everything. Or you can just cook it over the
But I have
spark battery.
I have a hot plate. I have hot plates, mess kits, cooking pans, and
Alright,
pots.
well, that works too. The hole that you all come up on, which is literally called the hole, according to both the sign and the pit book, that somehow knows these things, because stable tech is weird, has 2 guards down at the bottom of the slope. No actual fence or wall or anything, just a slope into the main town-esque looking center with several caves and tunnels reaching off from it, but there are 2 guards at the main gate, a hellhound and a ghoul. Both
Let's be
armed
fair.
with
Stable
shotguns.
Stable Tech was brilliant. Horribly misguided in a bunch of other things, but they were still moderately tough.
But you arrive and see Hellhound and Ghoul with shotguns. What do you all do? Oh, also, they see Carr and are very put off by it.
I'm
They're
sorry.
just jealous.
This was the perfect time to use this.
That is the perfect time. Literally.
So, please tell me we're not diving into another place filled with assholes, because then this place isn't just going to be the hole; it's going to be the fucking asshole.
It's already the anus.
Well, spoilers. This is where Masher started from.
Oh, it's full of assholes.
That is... Has Masher been an asshole?
Is this rhetorical?
He's been gruff, but compared to the assholes we've met over the course of the trip, he's a breath of fresh air compared to those assholes.
Yeah, you say that, and then you smell him.
I prefer the actual stink than the ink that rather than that prettied up stink that tries to hide how much of an asshole they are.
True, it is at least
Tater
an
Tot's
honest
feeling personally
statement.
attacked right now.
Alright. So. The Hellhound is eyeing things up, looking over at the car, the red and black bat pony with its wings covered inside, the ghoul, the robots pulling said car, the cyber zebra-esque looking person, the griffin whose token I don't think I've put on the map, and he will look to the ghoul and shrug. State your business.
Traveling merchant.
He eyes you very much so before motioning his arms to let the car pass through into this main town center. The ceiling is lined with mining lights that you would see in, well, a mine. There are various buildings built into the rock, with one actual building being a saloon called the Spider's Web. As well as a mine elevator off in the corner. And the aforementioned tunnels leading throughout the place. Aside from...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Aside from that, there are ponies. You see some robots, diamond dogs, hellhounds, ghouls, some alicorns. But basically, your average misfits, castaways, rejects, all the sorts.
And question: are the alicorns dipped, natborn, or both?
You only see the standard dipped colors, and you can't see any of their cutie marks if they have them.
Alrighty then.
Alright.
Now, continue.
So, out of character moment here. If you guys want to just message me all the shit you want to get rid of, I can compile a list of things we're trying to sell and have Tater Tot go and do that for a while.
And
And then
in roll 20.
if there's do it in Discord, please. It's easier for me to copy paste from there.
Well, Gene could, would probably be a better option for the selling.
Okay. And if you want to be part of that, okay.
Alright.
I guess the question is, who's got the higher barter?
I think the other question is the GM even using that skill? Because
I am.
oh, dear God, why haven't you had me roll that yet?
Because it's been a recently made decision.
Barter is not a roll that you make. It your barter score gets calculated into the final pricing for buying or selling.
I know they put that on the character sheet, but I never actually saw that rule in the books.
Gene, you sent me a thingy-majigger for pricing and whatnot. That I think included that, right?
Yeah, the barter calculator. Just put in disposition and
you
the barter
have,
skill.
I'd say, quicker access to that. So
I just linked you. Make a copy of it.
I'll have to grab my. I might have to grab my tablet because I don't want to bring up the Discord on the stream if I don't have to, unless the bartering is going to be done off stream.
I mean, if you want to do it off stream, we can.
Or at least picking up the stuff that I want to sell.
If you want to just actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna make something in roll 20 for you, and the echo's back.
That will probably help out a bit. And there's the background noise again.
Okay, there's one for Barry.
So, there was an echo briefly. Is that still here? I don't think so.
It's gone for the
All right.
moment. There's
Yay.
Masher.
And one.
I'm making another one.
One question I've got: will we be able to find that mod, one of those mods for the recharge rifle that increases the recharge rate? Because that'll determine whether or not I sell one of my extra weapons.
There is a weapons store here, off to the side, built into the cave wall, and we can roleplay your conversation out with them, but I'd say yes, probably.
Yeah, because the pulse rifle and pulse pistol, they just take way too much AP. So I'd rather just upgrade my my recharger rifle with that second mod, so the shooting it isn't nearly as costly. So I can get rid of both of those guns and the ammos, and just it's just more reliable.
Please do not get rid of the ammo until it's confirmed whether or not that ammo is what's for the orbital friendship cannon. Because Misty may need it in the future.
I will look up what a pulse rifle and pulse pistol use right now. Okay, they use MFCs.
I do have MFCs. Plenty of
And
MFCs.
the pulse pistol uses gem packs.
If it is also a wish list, then please separate that on your list into trash and wish.
The orbital
way
friendship cannon. What type of rifle was that again?
Plasma.
Okay, plasma pistol uses the same as a pulse pistol. Defender. SMG. Plasma rifle uses the same ammo as the pulse rifle, so...
So I'll hold on to the MFCs, but I can get rid of the gem packs then.
Actually, I would like those.
Alright, I'll save the ammo then.
Alright.
I'll change the text color of these until I know for certain they've been sold, so I just don't...
And let me know when you're done updating the Roll20 list, and I can compile things.
Yep, I'm just going through the list.
Oh, Gene, what type of shotgun are you using?
12 gauge.
No, I mean the actual shotgun. Is it a lever action shotgun, pump shotgun?
Hunting shotgun.
Okay. Just needed to know for other things I got.
So, whenever you all actually get to the selling of stuff, depending on what you're selling, I will let you all role play out with the vendors. Or if you go into the bar / bed and breakfast / inn place, which kind of looks like an old west tavern. If you go in there, there's role play stuff.
We're still on the garage map, by the way.
That is true. I'm bad at this.
Okay, I've added the items.
Greatest.
I've added the items that I wish to sell, because the rest, because looks like most of the weight I've got is all from my armor, and my gear and crafting supplies.
This place isn't actually open in the top, and it's not this narrow, but it's the best map I have to represent this. So.
So yeah, those are the 4 items I wish to sell, and the pulse rifle does have that mark of only if the recharger mod can be obtained. All the stuff that's on that list there that I've got is that's all the stuff to dump.
Okay. All right, and oh, that's right. I have an upgrade for your armor I can do during those 2 days. Because you have Ministry of Morale armor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how would you like me to fix it? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Go ahead.
All right. What skill would you like a little boost on?
That's a good question. Out of character thinking. Well, because I've got my I technically, excluding item bonuses, I've only got my medicine at 100, and since it's my talent, I can still add another 15 skill points to that.
Yep, and the item boosts don't count against that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm leaving the 10 item boost out of there, so. How much of a boost would you give it?
I can only give it a +5 boost.
A +5?
Yep. And the DT will be increasing by 2.
Okay. So. What to do? I mean, yeah. Since I can't make up my mind, I'm just gonna do a roll of 1d3. 1 will be for medicine. 2 will be for hacking and matrix, and a 3 will be for magical energy weapons. Since I'd rather just get this done and not be here just spending way too much time overthinking. Magical energy weapons it is.
Alright. Then your armor now has 2 higher DT and gives a passive +5 to your magical energy weapons. And I can remove that armor from my inventory.
Okay. So, go to my mom ride gear. Adjust the DT up to 22. Plus and +5 MEW.
Just tell me when you all are ready to talk to people and go shopping and things.
4.
Okay. Has everyone else filled out their little... Oh, I see you did.
Okay.
All yours. If anyone was interested, I did put stuff in the car.
Should I put somewhere things that Misty has said she wanted before?
I mean, you can.
That may be smart.
Well, where do I do that then? I don't believe I have the ability to edit anything unless I'm like.
I will add it for you.
Okay. Bringing up the locked safe so I can look up that wish list and start adding in parts that I'm looking for. Ah, there we are. The Recharger Rifle Hyper Breeder.
I don't really have much to sell because, yeah, I just joined the group.
It's okay. Alright, I think we have our list. It's actually much smaller than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, I'm adding in wish list stuff now, but you've got the stuff to sell already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
The first item I'm adding, the Recharger Rifle Hyper Breeder, is the current high priority one.
Well, while you add that stuff, Carl, Masher, what are you doing in town, having walked in? Well, rode in, technically.
He is going to go to his usual place and hit the bar, saloon, tavern, whatever.
Entering this saloon-esque establishment is spider and cobweb-esque themed, with various creatures sitting around having drinks, eating breakfast or lunch or whatever for this time of day. And there is a voice coming that yells out from behind the counter that they will serve you in just a moment.
Nods in acknowledgement and goes to find an empty seat. Or make one if needed.
All right.
And for the wish list, should I put on all of the cybernetic modules that I'm looking for, just to have them all in one spot?
Yeah, if you want. It is the wish list after all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm still gonna put the cyber wings on there because technically we now know that after going through those blueprints that Tater Tot will be able to actually make the cyber wings, but until they're actually made and installed, they'll still be on the wish list.
Yeah. Technically, I need 82 more skill points before I can even take the perk that lets me build them.
I'm currently just grabbing a link to the barter thing for Charatot. Copy.
Appears to have ships.
And
Or wait,
haste. So, going on from Masher, who has entered the inn and is waiting for service. Competition, what are you doing?
I am currently pulling up that document while Tater Tot is running around selling shit.
That's fair. I'll come back to you and in case you want to roleplay with these vendors. Barry, what are you doing?
At the moment, I'm still filling out the cybernetic portion of the wish list. But if anything, aside from that, she would be probably going along with Tater Tot to not just look for things like cybernetics and the weapon mods that she's after, but also for to further restock her medical supplies.
I'm not sure what it is, but I can't see the list for Barry or anyone except for Taratot, for that matter.
There should be bartering list, tater list, barter list. Those
is that
three.
all?
Well, there's only 3 other players other than me here.
That's fair. Alright, well, since people are off buying and whatnot, and I'll have to wait for them to actually finish copying and pasting stuff and doing stuff like that. Zerkai, what are you doing? Zerkai.
Zerkai. And I'm just going to volunteer time around to help with the selling.
Oh.
Everyone's following Tater Tot.
In that case, what's your barter skill?
It's 100.
Suddenly, I feel like my character is replaced.
Come to the club there, buddy.
Yeah, I just took it because I figured no one ever takes bartering, so...
It is a very rarely used skill, I've noticed. Though it should be used more often.
I think I'll have to leave just this current list of cybernetics because these are the ones I knew I wanted for sure. But I'm going to have to, after we're done here, take a look and estimate what the what the point value is for these, and see if I have room for any more that I can add to this. Because I only want to go up to a maximum of 20 points of cybernetics, because I do not want to go beyond design tier 2.
Alright.
So
I'm going to play out Master's bits until you all are done and ready and everything. Because I think Taratot's still doing stuff. So, Masher.
Yo.
You're waiting here off in one of the sort of diner seats. Or a better example is one of the McDonald's seats, but more comfy. And eventually, something the waiter comes to you, and they are very much a very weird waiter. They're not a ghoul, they're not a hellhound or any of this. They are what can best be described as a spider pony.
Oh, so you're using the homebrew spider ponies, huh? Nice.
Not exactly, but mostly.
The relevant question, are they new at this establishment?
Well, considering that the spider themed inn, I'd say they're probably not new.
In that case, you will just say the usual. Which would basically be a
Alright.
hot bowl of slop and random bottle of alcohol, I guess.
You get a
Whatever they've got
bottle
in stock.
of vodka and a bowl of slop after a bit.
Perfect. Asher will proceed to eat and drink and be slightly less grumpy.
Alright.
So I do have my list done for the time being. Like I said, I'll probably update it after we're done, once I recalculate what my cybernetic point allotment is potentially looking like with the items I have currently listed.
Ooh, I think I just found something I need to add
Alright.
to the sell list.
Yeah, I've got my wish list with the 2 weapon mods, my cybernetic wish list with all my current desired implants, and the items I wish to sell.
Alright. Well, according to Tarot Talk's math and things from selling stuff,
Matt's
Everyone
about to
gets-
change. Matt's about to
Alright.
change. Just warning you. I'm selling the MREs.
Alright. Whenever you get the final number, just put it in general chat, that way I can grab it really quickly. Or
Okay.
just so everyone can see it.
Super quick, can you make sure that Tater Tot can see Misty stuff?
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Thanks. Don't care about anyone else, just need to make sure he can see it.
Wouldn't be able to sell her stuff because, she has her stuff.
Yeah, that's why my thing is only things she wants.
Oh. Things she wants. Okay. I get what you mean.
Actually, that's a good question. Is there any way that, like, her caps bag could have, like, fallen out of her saddlebag or something?
I am letting you keep your caps.
Well, I mean, like, so that way if they find something I want, they have to buy it.
That's a good question, and how many caps do you have? I'll probably say yes, but how many do you actually have?
1,058.
Yeah. If there's something you want to buy, just take it from her 1,058 cap pool. If it's for her.
Granted. I'm not sure that's enough to buy anything I want aside from maybe the cutely marked Crude Saber limited edition battle saddle or some of the outfits, but at least it's an option.
Yeah.
So,
But everyone here in the whole, you get 387 caps. And I will do some role play with you while shopping. So, who wants to go shopping first?
Well, like I said, Barry is going to just stick with the barter ponies and because she doesn't have much barter, so she'll stick with them and wait for them to get to where she to try and get any items that that's on her wish list, and then just go and try and stock up on medicinal items.
Alright, in that case, I'll follow Tatter around, and whenever we get to a place where you would want to buy something, I'll bring you into the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tattertot, what are you buying? Or going to try and find? Weapon shop.
Yes. I am after a pair of very cheap rifles. As for specifically which ones I want, I'm looking up. And I'm also going to be after some ammo.
I just imagine Tattertot runs up Naruto run style, but as Pony, and just slams his hoof down, but it doesn't make a sound. I want rifle.
Actually, do they have any BB guns or 22 repeaters? Those are the cheapest rifles.
Alright. So, there is a very small, not frail, but small, mare behind the counter with a comedically absurdly large gun on her back. I think it's... Yeah, she has a Bozar, which is like, I think one of the bigger sniper rifles. I think it might be the biggest.
I think it's an automatic sniper rifle.
Yes, but I think it's also the biggest one.
No, I think the AM rifle is bigger, but I mean, the Bozar is not small.
Yeah. So, she's sitting here, a light blue mare with sort of teal blue, sky blue-esque mane, and a Bozar on her back. Hello.
Hi.
You want... What? BB guns and... What was the other?
22 repeater. Little baby rifles.
And if you have any, I'm also looking for a recharger rifle hyperbreeder mod and a bigger gem modification for magical energy weapons.
Let me see. First I'll get to this fine gentleman's order. Red, do you mind going in the back and getting out a few rifles? She will look over to a very big, burly Earth Pony who will nod obediently and go into the back to get some stuff. Well, he ain't very talkative today. He should be back with some rifles that you can look from. Because, honestly, 22 rifles, not the greatest things. I mean, you probably know that, but still. And for you, let's see. She'll pull out a box from one of the shelves in her little shop going through it, throwing stuff in other containers, and pull out a hyper reader. Is this what you're looking for?
Indeed. I was fortunate enough to come across a short circuit capacitor, but the increased ammo consumption is proving to be more detrimental. So a hyper breeder should compensate for that and make my weapon more reliable once again.
Well, I can confirm these things certainly do pair nicely with the capacitor. As for your bigger gem, I'm sorry I sold out of those the other day.
No worries. That would be that was not a necessity, more of a luxury. The hyperbreeder is more of the necessary upgrade. So my thanks to you.
Well, I'll be here like pretty much any time except for on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. By the way, it's Thursday. And by this time, Red will be coming back with a sort of satchel thrown across his back, and he will dump 2 busted BB guns and one of the 22, I believe you said?
Yep.
He will drop 2 busted BB guns and a 22 long rifle thing, as well as about 3 cartridges for each of them. 3 mags, I mean.
I don't want any of that ammo. Alright, so you said a busted BB gun, so they're at 0 condition.
Yep.
Wow, that would make them free. Yeah, I'll take the broken BB gun.
I didn't know I had anything broken back there. Red, how much broken stuff do we have back there? He will look back in there and just shrug. Well, take these BB guns as free courtesy for telling people that we don't have broken stuff and we don't sell trash.
And there is one other thing I'm after. 5.56 ammunition.
5.56.
One of the more common ones in the wasteland. After 10mm.
Indeed it is. Let me just... She will walk into the back herself and pull out a bag that's making her sway from side to side in her mouth. The bag is in her mouth and is making her kind of wobble from side to side. Here is 2,000 5.56 or 5mm, whatever you said. Sorry, I can't remember math. I mean numbers.
Okay. Let me see how much I can actually afford.
Yeah, and assuming that we're going with Tater Tots barter, how much will that hyper breeder be?
You'd want to go with Jeans. Jeans is much better than mine.
So in that case, going with the highest barter, how much will the hyper breeder be? So I can take that out of my cap stash.
Hold on. Let's see. Base price is 50. That'd be that. 55 caps. Using his calculator here.
Okay, so I'll take the 55 caps out of my stash. Take me down from 1950 to 1895.
Thank you for the caps. Now, before you go, could I interest you in a membership? 20 caps a month. Pay me every time you come in. If you don't pay, I'll sit in the red to come and break your neck. And you'll get a 10% discount on all things you buy at my store.
Is that 12 caps a month?
Maybe I should issue a membership card.
And back. So it's 12 caps per month. What was that? I didn't catch that.
I'm waiting to hear as well.
All right.
His thing's lighting up. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Sorry. She is selling a membership card that is 10 caps. No, wait, not 10. What's my number that I have written down? 25 caps a month per time that you're here. Just pay during the month. If you don't pay her for a month, she will send Red out to snap your neck. She winks at you guys whenever she says that. And you get 10% off from all things at her store following this purchase.
I'll put down 50 caps and pay for 2 months in advance.
Thank you. She'll take your caps and slide you a card with her face on it, with the words Teardrops Gun Emporium. As far as you can tell, this card is basically worthless aside from the fact that it's this card.
And I'll see if she has any 12 gauge buckshot.
12 gauge buckshot. Let me look in my stash. Kind of wish I had made you buy this before I sold you the membership, but oh well. Here is 50 12-gauge buckshot.
And I'll buy 20 rounds of that. The base price is 30. That just end up being a 30 straight with a 10% discount.
Alright. Is anyone else buying anything at the weapons store?
Nope, I'm broke.
Nope. Actually, I may just see if I can get a spare weapon in case something happens to me first. Let's see. I'll ask if she has any other weapons that take a 12 gauge, any other shotgun.
Does she have anything else that takes a 12 gauge? Let me look at the store of weapons.
I'll see if I can end up finding a sawed-off, just in case.
And I suppose it's a long shot, but you or any shops in this town wouldn't happen to at times carry cybernetic implants, would you?
Well, that's one I haven't heard in a long time. Most people don't come by wanting those.
I do.
My best bets, maybe ask the doctor in town, because I know you have to have some medical skills to implant those. Maybe some of the surface level ones will be in the armor store next to me. Though that guy's kind of sleazy, so he might not be the greatest person to barter with. I don't know. Those are my best bets.
My thanks then.
Alright. In terms of shotguns, there is a good, fun, wonderful combat shotgun for sale. But it uses 20 gauge, not 12. She will sell you 20 gauge, but
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that then.
roll luck. I want to check something. I might be dipping into homebrew here.
That is a critical success.
And has a 1.
All right, give me a second to find what I'm looking for. Let's... I don't think you'd want that. Let me see if there's another one in here. Gene, what is your luck score? Just curious.
It is 4.
Yeah, while this is going on, very last, Terratot, when we get a chance, could you install this new mod in my weapon?
Sure, just give me a few minutes to finish duct taping these together.
No problem. Besides, we still, or at least I still have a few places left to stop for shopping.
All right, Gene, what did you say your luck was?
4.
Neither time your voice cut out both times when you tried to tell me your luck. So just type it in general.
It's 4.
4.
All right. Well, in that case, she was willing to sell you that for 100 caps. I put it in general. You're muted.
I'm gonna pass on that.
But yeah, she is willing to sell you the weapon in general at half the price.
Like I said, I don't want it. It's
Alright, but I just didn't hear that. Sorry. Alright, in that case.
Echo's back.
Alright. If you are not interested in that, she is not selling any other 12 gauge-esque items. And I am going to go to the next individual. Barry, is there anything else you need to buy?
Well, I already
If
asked
so,
her.
move your token.
I already asked her about the possibility of cybernetics, so her mentioning that the armor store guy being kind of shifty puts my guard up. So at first, I'm going to go to the one place I know I have to go anyway, down to the doctor's office, so I can check for not just for potential cybernetics, but mostly for medical supplies.
Inside is a ghoul. Shifting about, doing his thing, and making sure all of his equipment is clean and whatnot. While a Protectron walks around in his place as well, with a sort of Ministry of Peace paint scheme on it.
Greetings, Doctor.
Greetings. Alright, get up on the table. Tell me what else hurt.
I've been a misunderstanding. I'm here looking for one. Well, first, I'm looking for if you have any medical supplies to spare to restock. I've had to burn quite a few of my own in our travels to get here. And secondly, it's a bit of a long shot, but I thought to ask and see if you might have come across any cybernetic implants that could be in line with what I've been searching for.
Question. Is your armor currently set up to technically sort of be see-through? Sort of? Quotation marks?
Sort of. It appears to be some kind of pet project that we found in the nearby military facility.
That was more me as a GM asking that.
Oh, but I wasn't aware of that, and you should know that yourself if you're asking it as the GM.
Well, I was just seeing if you had it active still, because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, of course I have it active still. Because it sticks out like a sore fucking thumb otherwise.
Sure. I know you have like an armored duster over it though.
Mm-hmm.
He will slightly eye at you for your choice of armor and fashion.
So, can you tell that I've got the special armor on then? Considering that he's a fellow doctor.
Yeah. His inquisitory eye that's been trained to notice subtleties and whatnot can see that, huh. Well, that's interesting. You need medical supplies. Well, I usually don't give out stuff for free. How I barely even sell anything.
That's fair, I suppose. I know fair well how hard it can be to come across medical supplies for treating your patients, especially in the wasteland.
Well, I imagine. A friend of mine works over in the bar, and she's been working with some old radio, tinkering about with it. Hasn't been able to get the thing working at all. If you could go see if you can take a look at it, maybe, because I saw you walk in with a bunch of people, and you were driving in a car, sort of, more pulled in one, but so you have some mechanical know-how in that group of yours. If one of y'all could take a look at that thing, I might give you all some stuff.
That sounds fair. I'm certain that something like as simple as repairing a radio shouldn't be too difficult for our resident mechanic.
It is beyond science.
Randomness aside.
Well, if you all can get that whole thing working, I'll see what I can dig up and see if I can find anything you all can have or are looking for.
Yeah, because I've had to use quite a few healing potions and magic bandages, but what I'm the lowest on is Radix, and I'm completely out of anti-venom.
That's not something you want to run out of in this environment. There's a den of rad scorpions somewhere around here. Nasty.
We ran into a den of rad scorpions, and it was not pleasant.
Oh, really?
Yes. We somehow managed to survive, and one of them managed to scamper away, but I had to use a lot of my supplies in order to heal everyone up after all that.
Well, Wasteland could use a few more, what you call, selfless ponies, or in your case, zebras.
I've taken the classic doctor's oath. It's my duty to try and help ponies or zebras or whatever creature I can see when I am capable of doing so.
Yeah. Sadly, this town here doesn't have the supplies to do that for everyone that walks by. A group of refugee Pegasi-esque group, yeah, has been constantly bombarding us, wanting entry and food and supplies, and I supplied them a little bit after their first coming here. But then, when they brought around a group of 30 Pegasi, and then next was around 60 on their list of people, and supposedly more, we eventually had to start warning them of a shoot on sight. Just the other day, a Pegasi group came over, heavily armored, enclave and whatnot, and one of our robots shot off their wing.
We saw the Grizzly trophy on our way in.
It's not our proudest moment as a town, but
so it seems
some of us, some here like the fact that we did it.
So it seems like your town doesn't so much have an issue with Pegasi in particular, but more a specific group of them.
Well, after the sky decided to finally open up, I remember that. That was a fun one. Got to see the sun again. Thanks to some little unicorn or some shit over in Equestria proper. And then the Enclave and their group came back down. And so we've been dealing with that.
Yeah. From what I've heard, the Enclave is, even to this day, still quite a problem. And still, thank you though for letting me know about this. We can, in our travels, we can now be more wary about the presence of the Enclave.
They seem to be coming from the west, so most likely on the next island over, but wings, so you know how it is.
I find that's somewhat ironic, because prior to coming here, we had an encounter with a certain foe that seems to not want to leave us alone, who ran off to the west. I certainly hope that he's not somehow in league with the Enclave.
Well, this town has been around probably longer than half the towns in Equestria proper. And we here tight-knit community of a few, at least 100, with how deep these mines go. Jeez. Been a long time since we had a roll call. We've had a few run-ins with this person, I think. If who I'm thinking of is the right one.
She will whisper in his name. Are you thinking of the boy who calls himself the benefactor?
Probably not. Maybe. Hell, I heard him go by 5 names by this point. It's been a few hundred years. So.
Well, the benefactor seems to be his most current name that he's going through, so I suspect we're both talking about the same one.
I just refer to him as the body swapping bastard.
Yeah, because when we first met him, he was in the body of a zebra, and apparently since our first encounter, he had taken a dragon and a hellhound, and he now currently inhabits a Canterlot ghoul.
You mean the... Oh, shit.
Yeah. And on top of that, he full napped a small filly that was traveling with us.
The worst I've had to... Well, our town people experiences combined. The worst we've had to deal with is... Maybe it was the alicorn. Because you kept jumping from one to the other, and they were all like fucking in a group, and that was fucking annoying. It took like 3 weeks just to kill those fucking alicorns. Well, Canterlot Ghoul. Let's hope this time he goes feral and don't have to deal with him in such a...
I'm a bit worried about that. Might take a little too much time, because we were able to speak with this Canterlot Ghoul before he was taken over, and he was a pre-war ghoul.
Wow. All right.
One of the things my group and I are trying to do is trying to figure out what it is that allows him to keep his spirit anchored to this world and possess so many others, so we can maybe break that link and put him down for good. But
if I had to talk to anybody in town about knowledge on this guy, the regulators have had beef with him and his slavers for as long as they've been on this island. And lo and behold, my friend in the inn, she used to operate the radio until it busted. Same radio I'm trying to get you all fixed.
And at mention of the slavers in employ of the benefactor, Barry will very noticeably start scowling because bad memories. I am quite... Yes, I am quite familiar with that bastard and his slavers.
You weren't born on these islands, were you?
No. The 5 I was originally brought here with all hail from Equestria proper. It is because of those damned slavers of his that I'm here now.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss of the other 4.
Hopefully we'll be able to get the child back.
Oh, they're not dead. Okay.
Yeah. We've all for various reasons been split up. One is still stuck in the first town we arrived in because they incurred a bit of a debt that needs to be paid. One is currently over helping build up a settlement. Another has gone off on their own, and I have no idea where they are. And the 4th is the child that was taken by the benefactor.
I'm surprised he didn't just kill you all whenever you broke out of his slavery.
We killed him first.
Either he was in a weak-ass form, or you all were smart enough to take him down for a bit. Well, I know a way that you might be able to stall him.
My ears are open.
Drugs. Just hear me out. They seem to sort of clog his system. One time he took over a drug addict in one of these off towns, an alcoholic and a drug addict and everything. And after he was defeated or killed, whatever, it was like a month before he showed up back up. They sort of, best that I can figure, slow down the process, make it more sluggish.
Perhaps I should see if we can sling together a syringer rifle. That might be a way for us to get him drugged up the next time we find ourselves in a chance to fight him and put him down, to give us more prep time if that's the case.
Well, we ghouls are basically... Drugs don't work as well on ghouls. I mean, they're just poison, but that's one of the perks. So, you might need to use a lot of... I've heard candlelight ghouls can sometimes just be plain fucking immune. I think that's just for poison, I'm not sure. But I'm stalling you. I need to get back to my work.
No, I still have to thank you, Doctor. Your information has been most helpful. So before I head on out, what about the possibility of those cybernetics? Would you happen to have come across any?
I'll look around. I might have some stored in the back of my house from my many travels and medical practices. If I have anything, I'll let you know. And call me Crosshart. No more of this doctor stuff. I've talked to you well enough to lose a bit of formality.
It was Crossheart, you said?
Yes.
Very well, Crossheart. It's truly a pleasure to be able to speak to a fellow doctor. My name is Barry, and my traveling companion and assistant here is Root. It's truly been a pleasure.
Ah, you have a dog. Another cat at my house. You came in and he won't leave. I like him, though. Well,
I won't take up any more of your time, Doctor. I'll see if we can get that radio fixed for your friend, as well as make a few stop by the regulators to see if we can get some more information on our mutual asshole.
well, I'm going to move on to the next person before I come back for the regulars and stuff. Mashed is wandering around town and whatnot.
Yes, he is.
Anything you need to buy or sell? Well, So has already been done. Bye.
Unless Tater Tot was kind enough to pick up some tobacco, I should probably get some of that. I'm down to only half a pack.
I did not pick up any.
Where would tobacco be sold? I'd say food might have some tobacco in it. In their stock.
Right, let's see how much they rip me off.
You're after cigarettes, correct?
Cigarettes, cigars, chewing tobacco. The perk just said any kind of tobacco.
Go for a pipe.
Pipe would be ideal,
Enthusiastic.
yes. But, let's be realistic. What do they have?
You walk in and there is a diamond dog standing tall within the shop, as well as a minotaur sleeping in a recliner. Yes. What do you want?
What do you got in
Food.
the way of smokes?
He will nod and dig into the counter, the back end of the counter and whatnot, pulling out 3 cartons of cigarettes and a cigar.
Okay. Cards. Come here, Book. Come here.
And I'm gonna go refill my tea real quick.
The cigar is going to be 10 more caps than the book price, and the rest of it's all the book price.
I don't think the book has a cigar.
Well, then I'm going to have to figure that out.
At least not that I've noticed.
Well, in that case, cigar is going to be 15 caps. For a cheap cigar and 20 caps for a good cigar.
Cheap or good?
Cheap just tastes bad, good tastes good.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell me which one it is.
Oh, it's a cheap cigar.
Okay, so base value of 135 for the lot against my barter of 9. Alright, he's just gonna buy 1 carton and a cigar. So that'll be 83 caps, unless they want to do something else. Gouge him further or something.
He will give you back 3 caps, just so it's an even number of 80, and haul over the packs of cigarettes and cigar.
Pleasure. And that is his shopping trip done for the day.
Alright. So, with his shopping done, what is the Griffin doing? Because I haven't heard him talk much at all in town.
I think he's muted.
Hmm? Hello.
Well, dead silence from that, basically, with little bits of noise. I'll see what you're doing if you type it out, I guess. Because your mic's being stupid. And Potato Bone. Guess I'm back on you. Because wait, he's left and
Yo.
alright, welcome back.
Okay. I thought he was going to say something.
Yeah, I figured so as well.
Yeah.
What are you doing
Oh,
in town?
Some array of weapons. Nah, I already have what I need, so I'd probably just go to the inn.
Alright. The inn is called the Spider's Web. It's spiderweb theme and whatnot. And there's a spider pony running around serving people, which fills up another slot of things you thought you'd never see.
In the Equestrian Wasteland. I'll try to approach someone who's busy and ask how much it is to rent a room.
How much to rent a room? Depends on what size bed you want. Single person bed, double 2-person bed, or a queen size bed.
My character is large frame, so probably queen sized.
Alright. They will require $25 caps.
Okay.
With that, Jean takes the nap.
I did not hear what you said.
And with that, Jean has a room to nap in.
Yep.
Tattertots, what all are you doing?
A couple more items he's looking to purchase. Trigger rein,
Which
trigger rein, leather belts, and either a backpack or military backpack.
what is that first item? Like, what is it?
Trigger rein is a component made or used for making battle saddles. It's the bit that you bite down on to activate the battle saddle.
Ah,
It
and
has a
leather.
base value of 15 caps. Leather belts. I require multiple of them. They're 5 caps each
And-
base.
Trying
Then
to-
either a backpack or a military backpack.
Trying to enhance your battle saddle, I take it?
Quite possibly.
Well, let me think. Where would those be? Store-wise.
I would think either the armor or weapons store. Or, a general store if this place would have such a thing.
It does not. It is all specified out into specific things because no one wants to open a general store for some stupid reason.
If you're in the armor store, if Tater didn't forget, also check for cybernetics while you're in there.
The armor store would have the leather belts and the bags, probably, while the weapons store would have the bite thingamajigger.
Okay. As long as they have them, I will buy.
Walking into the armor store, there is a small, very, very small, and obnoxious child sitting at the desk saying, "What do you want?" in an obnoxious voice.
He'll reply in an equally obnoxious voice. Backpack. Belts.
He will look like he's pondering. He'll grab a bunch of belts on a pile of random junk that includes brass shoes and what looks like literal knight armor from like mid-19th century that's been like covered in dents and markers. He will slap about 5 belts on the counter and say 50 caps.
He's slapping 5 of them and saying 50 caps.
Yes. Because he is a spoiled brat that gets everything he wants in this world. After staring you down for a good minute, someone will another person, a earth pony will come up behind him, pick him up out of the chair and sit him down, and then actually ask you, "What do you want?"
Leather belts and a military backpack.
$25 for these 5 belts, and here is a backpack. Now, roll bluff and intimidation to see if you notice this bluff being made.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that would be the right thing for that. Like, because I don't think anything else fits that.
Usually it'd be like a charisma or perception check to contest it.
It's almost midnight.
Roll perception.
Nope.
Alright. So he gives you a military backpack and the 5 belts if you pay him all the caps. For
Okay.
the standard military backpack and 25 for the belts.
All right.
On his desk is a sign that says no refunds, and upon buying and walking out of the store with the bag, you realize this thing is just a normal bag with paint on it, some fake stitching, and a hole in the bottom of it.
Okay. I'll throw a plasma grenade in there. I mean, if I can't tell the difference between a regular backpack and a military backpack, since they're 2 different sized items, I'll just blow the place up.
It's a big bag. It's just that it's not a very good bag. He'll see you getting ready to throw the plasma grenade and wave his hooves. Wait. Fine, here you go. And I'll hand you an actual military bag.
Okay. I'll keep both.
He tried to sell him a nylon bag when he was expecting a canvas bag.
Todd Howard didn't get me in real life. He won't get me in this game either.
Yeah! I'm sorry, it was too easy.
It's the perfect thing.
It just works.
You can
Does
just
it really?
feel the Todd Howard emanating off of this. He has Todd Howard's voice and everything.
I am adding that to my inventory as large backpack. Its description is made of nylon. Todd Howard has done it again.
Remember
If
though,
you were to throw that plasma grenade in there, the child wouldn't have died.
That's why I had spares.
It still wouldn't have.
Alright.
Alright. Todd Howard strikes again.
remember, it's that it just works. Meaning, you know, as in it just works. It works, but just barely.
Precisely.
Alright. And then after the
walk
trigger
into-
ring, I have no other shopping. So he'd probably go to the strip club after that.
Alright.
So I take it you're also
Teardrop will hand you the ring and whatnot.
So I take it you're also able to get the trigger ring from the weapon shop?
Yeah, that's just a simple. Alright, here you go. And you give her the caps. And it's 11:54. You've all done shopping and whatnot. Do you want to pick this up from here next time?
This
Yep.
is probably a good spot.
Alright.
Okay, just so I don't forget it, just have it be that in leaving from the doctor's office, that Barry will see Tater heading off to the strip club, wave him down, and mention to him that about the radio at the inn that could stand and be fixed, that could net us with some extra healing supplies, if you get a chance to look at that.
Oh, sure. Actually, I've got one less use of my repair boost today, so I might as well just roll that right now.
There's actually roleplay things and whatnot. I'll give you the I'll let you keep the repair boost for the day, but there's role playing things that need to happen, and that'll take time.
All right.
Well, to the strip club then. That's where I'm going to leave him.
All right. I will talk to you all later because you didn't do anything to actually warrant XP gain this session. You bought and sold stuff.
What are you talking about? We did. We hacked the door, hacked and reprogrammed a bunch of
Fair. That's fair.
protectrons, killed 2 ghouls.
Rebuilt a vehicle.
Okay,
Okay.
these are all fair.
Killed the turret too.
Mm-hmm.
And we managed to not kill our newest party member.
This is also.
I mean, that alone should be worth like a decent.
Why don't you go and try and cheap out on us now?
Cheap out, cheap out, cheap out.
You know when you
I
rejoin.
can't-
You know when you rejoin us
Can't
that
keep
you're
giving
going.
you copious amounts of XP. But I'll figure out a suitable number that isn't going to make you all skyrocket continuously and is suitable and worthwhile for the session. But I will figure that out tomorrow. I am going to bed.
Alright, and
Okay.
don't forget to get us that loot during the week from the turrets and whatnot at the park.
I will do that.
Yep, the turrets and the ghouls.
That might be more stuff that I'd end up selling, so.
Oh, so you fix the car and have robots towing you around now. That's just.
And I think
I
think Barry appreciates
fun.
getting to have a nice conversation with a fellow doctor.
But I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right then. So that will draw things to a conclusion for now. To everyone who came to watch, thank you so much, and until next time, take care. Bye.